Welcome in, comrades. My name is Jack Sperry, and you are watching the Commanders Report. On today's show, I'm going to be breaking down 3 winners and 3 losers for the Commanders rookie minicamp that they held over the weekend. Of course, Emmanuel Forbes, the first-round pick, was there. Going to be breaking down some of the winners and losers here for you in just a second. But first, make sure you click that subscribe button to enhance your Commanders fan experience this year. We might even have a couple of watch parties this year if we get enough subscribers here on the channel. So if you want some watch parties for some of, especially the primetime games for the Washington Commanders this year, make sure you click that subscribe button. We're also going to be having daily coverage on the Commanders every single day here on YouTube. So make sure you do me a favor. If you want that comprehensive fan experience here for the Washington Commanders here on YouTube, you got to click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you know when we put out new videos. So now let's start with the losers here. Let's start with the bad news, and then we'll get to the good news. Starting off with the 3 players that, just plain simply were not there, right? I don't know too much about the people that didn't play all that well, but I know which players got cut beforehand. That would be Alex Erickson, the wide receiver, and Drew White, the inside linebacker. They were excused before the start of camp. And then Jartavius Martin, the second-round rookie out of the University of Illinois, someone I'm very high on coming into his rookie season. He was excused due to personal issues, was not at camp this weekend. And Jartavius Martin is somebody that I think could absolutely be a day one contributor, which is kind of why it sucks that he wasn't at camp over the weekend. You would like him to get that early stages on the field with his teammates, learning the defense, getting that experience on the field is always important for these rookies, especially guys that might be playing multiple positions like Jartavius might coming up next year. You can play free safety, you can play nickel cornerback. I think he's going to play a lot of nickel corner for the Commanders in 2023. I think he's going to be a really good contributor for the Commies here in year 1 of his NFL career. Can't wait to see what he does. He was a Swiss Army knife there at the University of Illinois. Hopefully he can be the same for Washington. So will Jartavius Martin be a day 1 starter in the National Football League? Let me know by typing yes or no in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So whenever you get an ad break here, take advantage of that time by going down there, finding the pinned comment. It's that one right at the top of the comment section and answering yes or no. So now we've kind of gone over the bad news real quick there. The guys that weren't there got cut, whatever, had personal reasons. Now let's go over the guys that seem to have shown out a little bit during this process of the rookie minicamp over the weekend. The guy that definitely improved his stock and his chances to make the team the most, at least according to the reports out of Washington, is Jadakis Bonds, wide receiver out of Hampton University, a historically black college. He really did a great job in college. 49 receptions, 855 yards, and 10 tutties in 2022. He's definitely somebody that in camp over the last couple, or not over the last couple weeks, over the weekend, really showed out, made some really big plays in practice, and he's somebody that the Commanders are starting to get a little bit juiced for heading into training camp. I highly expect him to be someone to watch out for come training camp. So if you want your very own Emmanuel Forbes Jr. jersey with the Washington Commanders officially licensed, you can get one on the Chat Sports website at chatsports.com/Emmanuel Forbes. If you believe that Emmanuel Forbes is the next lockdown cornerback for the nation's Capitals team, of course the Washington Commanders, you can go ahead and go chatsports.com/Emmanuel Forbes to get yours today. Moving on here to the second winner of rookie minicamp for the Commanders, KJ Henry. Of course, the Commanders traded up to get Henry out of Clemson here in the 2023 NFL Draft. Someone I was pretty high on coming out of the Tigers there, and I think that he's going to be a technician. He's not the most athletic guy in the world, but he uses his hands extremely well. He's got a bunch of clubs in his bag as a pass rusher, can beat you in a lot of different ways, and he put that on display during the practices over the weekend. People were very impressed with how easily he was able to win with his pass rush acumen, the different moves that he can really bring to the table. And I think he's going to be a contributor on day 1. He won't be a starter. Okay, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, obviously going to be the starting defensive ends for the Commanders in 2023. But I think, when you need a little bit of a curveball, when you need somebody to come in there in that rotational role and to get after the quarterback, I think KJ Henry is somebody that can absolutely do that, and he kind of solidified that this weekend, I think, with the rookie minicamp. I think he's going to be a very intriguing player for the Commanders on defense moving forward. And now finally, my final winner here is going to be first-round pick Emmanuel Forbes. Now, you guys know that I wasn't the biggest fan of Emmanuel Forbes getting picked at number 16 overall by the Commanders, because I would have rather had Christian Gonzalez, Deonte Banks, who were still on the board. But I do think Emmanuel Forbes is going to be a great fit for Jack Del Rio's defense here in Washington. They play a lot of off-zone coverage, and at Forbes' size, right, the biggest knock on him is he just doesn't have a lot of size, right, man? He weighed in at 166 pounds at the combine. Apparently, he's been putting on a little bit more weight. Did look a little skinny on film this week, but I think he played great. He had a great interception in the slot, actually. Played a lot in the slot, which is very, very interesting. I don't think we should really read too much into that unless he's playing a bunch of nickel, a bunch of slot corner there in camp. But, I think that Forbes is somebody that's going to get a lot more outside reps come OTA time, come training camp time. And I think it's probably going to be him and Kendall Fuller when it's all said and done on the outside. I think those two are the best outside cornerbacks on this team right now. Benjamin St-Juste is another guy that could compete for that spot. But, you look at Forbes and you look at the production, and it's definitely there, man. Like three pick sixes just last season, 6 total over the course of his college career. This guy is a playmaker, a ball hawk. He's got a nose for the football, and that's exactly what the Commanders need. There's no doubt about it. This guy can absolutely shut down his portion of the field, and I think he's going to be a very, very good Commander. Now, could he be exposed a little bit in the screen game against the run game? Maybe, but I really like what Forbes brings in terms of his mentality. I don't think he's going to be somebody that shies away from contact. That wasn't his game in college. He was somebody that wasn't afraid to put his nose in there and attempt to make tackles, but the NFL game is different than the college game. I think he's going to be a great coverage player for a long time, especially in these off-zone cover looks. If he gains weight, he could potentially even play in press later on in his career. I think this is the perfect spot for him, though, to start his NFL career. And I think that he could be potentially a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate if he plays well enough here, if he plays as well as, as everyone is expecting him here. And I think he has a decent chance to really establish himself as one of the best corners in this class from day one. Let me know what you guys think. What is the percent chance that Emmanuel Forbes wins Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2023? Scale it on a scale of 1 to 10 in the comment section. I'd say there's about maybe a 5-10% chance. Relatively low, but there's a lot of really good defensive players in this year's class. So whenever you have a shot, and I think Forbes does, you're a pretty darn good football player. So before I go here, I want to hit this because we didn't hit this before the weekend. The Commanders have officially been sold to American businessman Josh Harris. He owns the New Jersey Devils in the NHL and the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA. Just lost the Game 7 against the Boston Celtics. Pretty embarrassing fashion, I might say, Josh. But hey, welcome to the Commanders family, my dude. You're now the majority owner, and he's got a bunch of other minority owners as well that are going to be coming in, including Magic Johnson, NBA legend, Hall of Famer, one of the best, if not the best point guard in NBA history, is now a minority owner in the Washington Commanders. He's also a minority owner in the Los Angeles Dodgers, for those of you that don't know. But with Josh Harris coming in and Dan Snyder leaving, it's definitely an exciting time for Washington football. So let me know if you are happy that Dan Snyder is finally gone. He is finally out of the nation's capital. Make sure you like today's video. It's a free and easy way to help out the channel here. Helps tell the YouTube algorithm to push this video out to other Commanders fans and help us grow. I really appreciate it. And before I go here, make sure you click that subscribe button here and turn on your notifications. We're going to be putting out a bunch of great content for you this week. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys had a great Mother's Day. I'll see you guys later. And as always, hail to the Commanders.